And we've just been joined by royal commentator Kinsey Schofield. Kinsey, we know that there are also many informal celebrations in addition to the formal ones over Coronation weekend. Can you tell us about how everyday Brits are getting together to mark the coronation?
I mean, street parties, it's the most fun when you have these great British blowouts. It's the street parties, the neighborhoods getting together, everyone bringing a different dish and bringing different cocktails. And, you know, neighbors actually smiling and spending time with each other. There's going to be 57 huge screens, at least, throughout the country where you can watch the King's coronation. And yeah, I think we're going to see a lot of celebrations over the next few days.
Now, Bronte, we keep seeing polls telling us the popularity of the royal family is waning, but there seems to be plenty of interest and plenty of buzz around the coronation. You're on the ground. Is that a fair observation I'm making from afar?
Look, it's a really interesting one. I've been here for almost a week, and this is one of the things I've wanted to know from people here in London. There is such a buzz around the coronation. There's decorations everywhere. It's impossible to miss, and there is a real feeling of excitement. So you're wondering, well, who are the people then that are pushing this excitement? There are a lot of tourists in town. It also seems to be the intergenerational divide. From speaking to so many Britons over the last few days, what I've learned is that almost 100% of the people I spoke to below 40 had no interest in watching the coronation. They were just extremely excited about having a long weekend. Who can blame them? But beyond that, the older generation were very excited, and they were travelling into town. There was a lot of people that were planning their day and where they were going to stand along the procession route, the parties they were going to have. They were going to get together with their families to watch it on TV. So there's definitely excitement. It does just seem to be an intergenerational divide. But I know that on the day, as it's happening, that buzz will be everywhere in London. This city is so good at pomp and ceremony. This country is so good at turning out for these big royal events. And I know we're going to see that happen.
Yeah, absolutely. And now I want to talk about the hardcore royal lovers. And we've heard reports of royal watchers camping out at Buckingham Palace, which, look, that there is just, you have to be passionate, don't you? Here's one of my favourites.
We don't just want to come on the day, we like to build up to the coronation and see the people as well. People, I'd see the St James's Park, Clarence House, Buckingham Palace. And also we like to see many things we like to see. And also we like to see people coming as well, putting their tents up, that sort of thing. And of course the thing that's got to hit my heart and most hearts is when the golden coronation coach goes past the Mall, and King Charles III is wearing the imperial crown, and his Queen Camilla is wearing Queen Mary's crown. That's when I know we've seen the coronation.
Kinsey, can you tell us about some of the royal fanatics you've come across recently, and what's your favourite yarn?
Oh, well, so the Mall is wild. It is so much fun. You could just spend hours there talking to these people that have so much enthusiasm. They've set up these tents, and inside of these tents, they've got like a plethora of all sorts of royal memorabilia from years on end. They're so excited to connect with one another, share what they have, share all their fun goodies, whether it's, you know, magazines or busts from Queen Elizabeth's original, or, you know, coronation in 1953. But I saw actually at the pub yesterday, I ran into somebody that I recognized from Instagram with both of her luggage cases straight off the plane from Texas. Her name was Terry Wilson, and she's an author. And she came straight off the plane from Texas. She just wanted a glimpse of William and Catherine. And, you know, that jet lag is not a joke. You can ask Prince Harry on Saturday. And I thought that was so cute to see somebody beeline it straight to a William and Catherine appearance that was announced at the last minute. People are incredibly passionate about this family, and I love a good royal celebration to be reminded of how important the royal family is in uniting, you know, the country and the Commonwealth.
Bronte, which was your favourite from this week?
I actually spoke to that man you played at the beginning, and I spoke to him on Tuesday, which was days ahead of the coronation. It was actually quite cold then as well, and it had rained. He was so excited, and he had actually camped out at every royal event for the last few decades, and he was just as enthusiastic on Tuesday, days ahead of it, as he'd been about William and Kate's wedding, about the Queen's funeral, everything. He loves the royals. It was hard to miss the royal fever.